the environment, folks. So it looks as though the cabinet secretary and the good people at Treasury have tried to balance. They've also gone ahead to say that people who are not able to work, the elderly, will put aside 42 billion shillings for that, putting some money into education, putting some money into schools, putting some money into hiring of teachers. You seem to think that this is a bad budget, James. Why?
If we were to go by the resplendent speeches that we've been treated to by John Mbadi for the last 1 month, you would think we are on the right direction, but we are not. There is nothing rosy about a 4.8 trillion budget that has a deficit of 1.1. And from where I sit, I think the deficit is probably larger than 1.1 trillion. Last year's budget was supposed to be 3.9 trillion. We ended up spending 4.3 trillion. This year's budget is 4.8 trillion. It appears this government will spend 5.2 trillion by the time we're done with this year, if we go by the 90% of absorption of resources. So if you subtract 5.1 trillion from the amount we've raised so far from KRA, which is 2.7, probably 2.5, the highest. If I was generous and say I would raise 2.7, so if you subtract 5.2 from 2.7, what's the deficit? Is it 2.3? Is it 2 trillion? So we have a double the deficit they are willing to admit. So I would have expected a better budget from an expert who's been in the trenches with us. But it appears when you get into government, you sing the same language, you sing the same tone, and you quickly acclimatize to the language of the Politburo. And you forget the woos and the cries of the ordinary mwananchi. It matters when you're outside government, but it doesn't when you're in government. If there was a CS who would have actually put this government in check and vouched for people's budget, it was John Mbadi. Now that we've lost that opportunity and the ship has left the airspace, I don't know if you're going to get that opportunity anytime soon unless we have a Gen Z as a president. I would have expected Mbadi would have proposed a budget somewhere in the ranges of 4.2 or 4.1 trillion, not expanding it to 4.8 trillion. Remembering that this government has always overshot its expenditure by 400 to 600 billion every year. So we probably have made 3 steps back with this. It's an ambitious budget. And given a 4.8 trillion budget, you would expect that there would be an appreciation in allocation in almost every ministry, department, and sector. But the question should be, can we really live up to this target? Do we really have the resources to finance this budget? Are we really outsourcing our own problems to the domestic market and to the external market to try and plug in the current hole we have in? I do not see fiscal consolidation. I don't see debt restructuring. I do not see the conversation on what they call it, the fiscal austerity measures to try and reduce the expenditure on the side of government and probably reschedule or divert these funds to capital expenditure or to agriculture or to investment portfolio that would guarantee us a return on investment. As it is,